ISER Mission Control, this is Captain David West. This is mission log number 001. I can confirm Wayfarer has touched down safely on the surface of Eris. Repeat, landing was a complete success. Full telemetry reports and initial planetary analysis will be sent to you along with this broadcast. I will shortly disembark from the Wayfarer to set up the external environmental support system. Stand by for further updates. West out.
ISER Mission Control, this is Captain David West. This is mission log number 002. I have successfully deployed the EESS. I now have a habitable, pressurized living space of approximately 20 square meters outside of the Wayfarer. I have a supply of breathable air projected to last 3 Earth months. Factoring in my return journey, approximately 1 month, I have 2 Earth months of clear research time on the surface. Initial surface surveys conclude that Eris consists almost entirely of ice, with a base atmosphere and gravity not too dissimilar to Mars. I've identified what appears to be an ice cave, approximately 500 clicks to the south of the Wayfarer landing site. We'll investigate more thoroughly in due course. Hopefully this dwarf planet will yield plentiful minerals and materials for the wider benefit of humanity. Further updates to follow, but for now, West out. ISER Mission Control, this is Captain David West. This is mission log number 003. Minimal progress made since last update. Apologies. It's taking slightly longer than anticipated to adjust to Eris's gravity. I guess I'm getting old. I have surveyed approximately 100 meters around the Wayfarer. Nothing of note to report. The surface consists of thick permafrost. Just regular frozen H2O so far. I plan to extend my search tomorrow and hope to check out that cave I mentioned. Hold up, Mission Control. We may have a situation here. Have to go check this out. West out. Mission log number 004. Apologies for the brevity of my previous log entry. It appears the Wayfarer has suffered minor damage on landing. I've discovered a slow fuel leak from the main tank. Fuel loss rate appears to be minimal. I conclude this should not have a significant impact on my return journey. It had me worried for a moment there, but we're all good. I can report I have begun to investigate the ice cave. It turns out that it's not entirely comprised of ice. Its structure very definitely consists of rock of some description. The interior leads below ground. It's vast and cavernous. I can't begin to speculate how far it stretches for, but it has to be many miles at least. I almost got completely lost on my initial investigation, but thankfully managed to retrace my steps to locate the cave entrance again. Geomapping will definitely be required to navigate any deeper. Further updates to follow. West out. Mission log number 005. So, Mission Control. It would appear the damage to the Wayfarer is slightly more extensive than first appeared. Looks like the fuel tank suffered multiple debris hits on final approach to Eris, which left it weakened. I attempted a patch repair on the small fissure I informed you about yesterday and, well, looks like I've made the situation worse. The whole tank was compromised. So my attempts to seal up the hole resulted in a much larger rupture of the tank. I'd estimate that half of my fuel has now leaked away. I'll attempt to stem further loss, but I'm not confident. I think you might have to send in a rescue team. This is obviously disappointing, but I do intend to fulfill my initial projection of 2 months here. I am committed to that, at least. I've started gathering materials from the cave. It's mostly just rock so far, but I'm hopeful I'll find a wider range of materials further inside. West out. Mission log number 006. I can confirm that all of the fuel has now leaked out of the Wayfarer. The damage was such there was nothing further I could do. So, I am officially stranded, and hereby request a rescue team. All research has been halted as of today. I can't focus. This place is so very lonely. It wasn't so bad when I knew I could just pack up, go home, but now... Please reply with confirmation of rescue once you get this. West out. Mission log number 007, Captain David West here. Look, Mission Control, I don't appear to have received your confirmation, or any reply or acknowledgement since I arrived here. Can you at least confirm you're receiving these messages? Please? I want to leave. Just, send me a reply, okay? West out. Mission log number 008. Still not heard from you. I'm assuming it's just minor technical issues at your end? I hope so. I'm also assuming help is on its way? Anyway, I've decided to resume surveying the surface of Eris. I've deployed all of the research instruments, hoping for some interesting findings over the next few days. Frankly, there isn't much else to do in the meantime, I guess. West out. Mission log number 009. Apologies, Mission Control, for the gap between updates. My second week on the surface of Eris has been a bountiful one. It's been keeping me busy. Wider analysis has revealed several different minerals present, including iron, sulfur, copper, and some traces of a material not too dissimilar to gold. I have already collected more than enough samples for this mission to be considered a success. Still no word on that rescue team. How's that looking, Mission Control? West out. Mission log number 010. Captain David West here. Forgive my tone, but I'm somewhat aggrieved to have not heard anything from you in terms of my rescue. Please respond. I mean, it's gone 3 weeks now. This is my third or fourth official request, and I've heard literally nothing. I'm beginning to think this might be some kind of joke. Are you guys playing a prank on me? Well, fair enough, you got me, but it sure as hell ain't funny. West out. Mission log number 011, I think. Frankly, who cares? Listen, I know this week isn't done yet, but look, I just want to be saved. Help, please. Just come get me off this goddamn ball of ice. Please. This is West, Captain David West. Remember me? It's been nearly a month now. What am I even supposed to log here anymore? I don't know. Help, please. I just want to leave. My 30th day. Today, I realized something. I was simply walking across the surface, and then I had a thought. What if they're not coming back for me? Stetit. The more time goes by, I realize it wasn't a hypothetical. So, the damage to the Wayfarer wasn't limited to just the fuel tanks. I can confirm that the ship's comm systems have been compromised as well. These past 30 days, I've been talking into the void. No one can hear this. No one's coming. I have 2 months air supply, no fuel. I'm not stranded. I'm trapped. I suppose I've been left with an inevitable death and the most expensive journal ever built. It'd be funny if I wasn't the one dying. Day 37. I resumed researching minerals today, just for the hell of it. I found a giant cluster of gold. Funny how I found my riches, just as it stopped meaning anything. I had a weird thought today. I considered unplugging my oxygen. I decided not to go through with it, but the urge to is still there. It's like sometimes I feel my hand itching to grab the tube connected to my oxygen tank and just pull as hard as I can. I headed into the cave to collect more minerals today, and I had the feeling that I wasn't alone. Then I remembered I was. And to be honest, I don't know which is worse. Feels like I've forgotten what a human face looks like. Et ibi Stetit. Mortem cicius venturum esse volantis. When I was a kid, I wanted to try space travel because I thought it would be fun. I wanted to go to planets light years away and fight giant alien bugs or something. Even after learning that we haven't even traveled beyond our own solar system, and after learning that the only aliens we found were microscopic bacteria that aren't even harmful to us, even after learning all of that, I still wanted to see the stars. Even after being given an assignment that was remarkably dangerous, even after knowing I was going completely alone, I still went. What a fool I was. What a fool I am. Only a week of oxygen left. I suppose this confirms it. I'm gonna die. Before I came here, I thought death was just the ultimate evil. I thought it just stole and stole. Now I realize it takes with permission. And now I'm considering giving it. I've stopped checking how many days I've been here, but back home, I believe it's a Tuesday. I wish I could say I'd missed someone, like a wife or a husband or kids, but I lived completely alone. I wish I could say that I'll miss my parents, but I was missing them before I got to this terrible place. Soon, I'll either get to meet them or I'll become nothing like they might be. I always thought I'd turn to religion in my last few days. I was semi-right. I've gone from atheist to agnostic. I went from denying to saying I do not know. Funny, but meaningless. Wednesday. I had a dream last night, my first of the entire journey. I dreamt that my oxygen finally ran out, but I kept living and I was alone on this rock for eternity. It was my personal hell, but at least I had hope that I was going to live forever. Then I woke up. Stetit. I keep reciting that Latin phrase over and over. I learned it in high school. Well, I was pretty much forced to. Guess I finally found a use for it. Thursday. If you'd have asked me a few months ago what the worst part of death was, I would have responded, not knowing what comes after. That question, to me at least, has been answered now. What comes after death? Peace. Eternal peace. Even if hell exists and I go there, I'd have some peace in knowing that I'd get to make up for the bad things I've done. The worst part of death now is how physically painful it'll be for me. Friday. I have fully come to terms with my fate. I'm not afraid anymore. I fully welcome death. All I can really say is that sometime on Monday next week, I will run out of air. I will have died at 36 years of age with 3.5 years of space training. The only possessions I owned were my apartment and its contents. I didn't even have the time to write a will, so my apartment will end up being repossessed. Saturday. Will anyone remember me? Will any of this even matter? I used to stroll through the nearby cemetery every Saturday and often look at the graves with phrases carved into them about how the person would never be forgotten. But those carvings would fade over time. Death may be the end of us, but time will be the one to forget the fact that we were ever here in the first place. Sunday. Today is my last day. I've decided to give in to the urge. After I finish recording this log entry, I will walk onto the surface, watch the sunset, and unplug my oxygen tank. I will look death in the eye and ready myself for its peaceful embrace. I always thought I'd die by a smoking-related illness. I've never smoked myself, but my parents were smokers. Smoking-related illnesses caused both of their deaths, and maybe all that secondhand smoke was going to amount to something. My life was not a boring one. I did what I wanted, saw what I wanted, but the culmination of my existence is simply death. Et hic sto, et hic stabo in aeternum. This is Captain David West, signing off for the final time. I deem the Eris mission as a complete success. West out.